Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in. This is episode 7 of an interview with someone you don't know. And tonight's episode is an interview I have actually been looking for a while, for multiple reasons, which we'll get into in the interview. So let me just get right into it. Let me introduce to you watching at home, Stephanie Jones. Hi, Stephanie.
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing great tonight. I'm very excited to have you on. I've taken about a week off from doing any video content, and I'm really glad you said you were available to do the interview tonight. So thank you for coming on.
Oh, my pleasure. It worked out perfect. I was just coming back to the cabin and got your message, and it's like, sounds fun. So
All right, so I want to start with a very, very important question. What do you have in your pockets?
I've had a receipt,
You keep your
and
receipts.
yeah, I keep my receipts.
Nice.
I use them for either write-offs or making lists when I don't have paper. So
Nice, nice. You have
I
that's a
like
beautiful scenery behind you. Oh my gosh, that's better than a
thank,
background that I could have made for myself. I mean, that is just gorgeous back there.
yep, that's the South Fork recreational area. I won't tell you where it is. People can look it up, find out themselves.
How was your day today?
It was awesome. It was beautiful. I mean, we're just kind of off the grid up here, and we got the generator, and still got our. I brought weights and everything, so we did our workout. We've got good Wi-Fi access up here through the hotspot, so it's we're out in the middle of nowhere, but we have access to everything that we need, and still working and getting stuff done.
We
So
had big news today, and I love the news. I'm a new
Pennsylvania,
I'm a news addict. That is one of the big news.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
Uh, thank you, Arizona audit people for letting everyone come through and view what was going on down there, because I believe the
yeah.
Pennsylvania delegation was one of the groups that went through. But that is not what
No,
I was thinking for the big news.
oh,
It I can't wait to write the news blast tomorrow. Honestly, today was a great news day. But I am specifically talking about the announcement of a class action lawsuit against
oh yes,
Twitter,
yes.
Facebook, YouTube, uh, Sundar, Dorsey, and Zuckerberg. Um,
I that you said you tried to get on and make an account and it wasn't cooperating currently. Or
well, I'm just super analytical, Stephanie, and when I looked at the site, it doesn't say anything about signing up to join the class action. So, I'm just waiting for more info on that specifically. I,
right.
I actually did sign up and shared my info. I got kicked off the same hour Trump got kicked off of Twitter. Um,
Did
for
you real? Oh,
yeah,
right. I forgot about
yeah, for
you
no
did.
reason whatsoever. So I definitely would like to join this class action against
Yeah,
Twitter
me too.
specifically. And
I've
that
had 4 Twitter accounts
oh
suspended.
oh boy. So you could tell 4 different stories then.
Oh, and then there's strikes on Facebook. I mean, I've had half of my videos on YouTube just deleted.
All right.
Unnecessary strikes during the Las Vegas shooting and the Florida shooting years ago. This was when this really started. I got attacked way back when.
Okay, so let me just jump right into this. The intro I said I was looking forward to this interview. One of the reasons, again, there's multiple. The first one is you were making YouTube videos back trying to you were trying to dig into the fish you were digging into information on the Las Vegas shooting because
Right.
the official narrative just did not make sense when that was going on. And so I
Nothing.
stumbled across you researching the Las Vegas shooting, and the first time I heard anybody ever talk about the 17 was you. So I thank you so much for opening up that path for me. Would you will you give I want to give you the opportunity to talk about what you were doing when you were digging into the Las Vegas shooting.
Well, it kind of happened in my backyard, and I was my husband and my daughter were she just won the Canadian Open in Taekwondo that day, and so they were flying home. So I was up late at night, and I was getting all these notifications of all this shooting and everything. And so, and this was before YouTube was really censoring, and there was all these people putting live videos on, you know, with like the police, what do you call it though? You know what, you can hear the police talking to each other on the walkie-talkie, so you could hear live what was going on. And so I started just jumping. And I'm like, oh my gosh, what is going on? And you know, because I had heard, you know, like there might be a 9/11 on September 11th, but then nothing happened. And this was October 1st of 2017. And long story short, I couldn't sleep. I was obsessed with, nothing made sense that they were telling us. And so my husband said, let's go down there and look at it, because we go shooting a lot. And, you know, we've got a lot of different types of hardware and ammunitions. And so we know kind of like what to look for. And we know how, you know, they're saying a 600-yard trajectory from this high up in the Mandalay Bay, blah, blah, blah. And 1,100 rounds were shot. And so we're like, wow, there must be around the perimeter just all kinds of riddled bullet holes in the walls around there. And we actually drove down there. There was a little tiny apartment complex across the street from, and there was cops blocking that whole area. And we were able to find a little parking spot in the apartment complex. And we kind of hid from the cops and ran across the street. And then we had our phones and we're filming. There were no bullet holes. And we were right where the stage was, right behind the stage, like maybe 10 to 20 feet from it. There were no bullet holes of any kind. And there were all kinds of the whole thing was still set up. And it's cinder block walls that weren't that low, that weren't that high. You know, all the tents in. So we walked around when we were allowed to walk across the street, and we're just filming the whole thing. And that was kind of the beginning. And that's when we were like, and then it just got worse for me from there. I got obsessed with, you know, researching and talking to people. What was really weird though was that the local people weren't talking about it. Like nobody was talking about it. It was like, it didn't happen. And then I found a gal who did a live stream from the Bellagio. And I saw some article on some little off website that posted her live stream, and it said she was on Facebook. So I contacted her thinking nothing would come of it. She responded back to me, and then all of a sudden she went viral, and Tracy Bean started interviewing her, and you know, it kind of went from there. And then and that was when I think it was I found the 17th letter 2 days after the first post. And it basically confirmed everything I had researched. So that's why I started following that. And that's why
I remember I got real interested in your reporting about that. You were reporting about the eyewitness reports. You were reporting about the different security cam footages from the different hotels along the strip. You were reporting on the helicopters. What was what looked like apparent muzzle flashes coming from different helicopters. You were reporting about how the
transponders didn't make sense.
The airport seemed to have been targeted to begin with as well. I believe you brought up, if I'm not mistaken, I'm going off of what, 3.5, 4 years of memory here.
Right. I had to keep all the videos offline because they kept deleting them.
So I like, again, thank you for putting yourself out there at the moment, even if like you were saying, I think I'm crazy in your videos, but you know, this is what's going on. This is the info that seems more real than the official narrative, because you got to remember the official narrative is still unbelievable. Like it's literally unbelievable.
They say, you know, in the Las Vegas, you know, we live in the Las Vegas area, and the Review Journal, I still have the newspaper articles that say that only 1,100 rounds were shot, and yet 5 people were wounded, and many of them had multiple wounds. So the math does not add up.
Our chat here would like to know shortly, just a short answer on this one. What do you think the conclusion was for your research on that?
Oh, I'm like 99% sure of what happened. There was open, this is when I learned all about private military companies. And, you know, ex-military, they're trained, they're all over the world. And it was a Saudi Arabia private military company. They had many contracts with the Clintons, you know, the deep state. Let me just put it that way. And I hope I'm not saying anything I'm not supposed to say.
No, you're good. You're good. All right.
But
All right. So I'm going to carry on with this interview now. And another thing I respect about you, like another thing I totally dig, is that what people are doing now, people are pushing for people to organize in their community to step up into leadership roles, right? And this is something that you actually have experience with doing. Could you tell our viewers a little bit about your congressional run?
well, I didn't have a lot of money, but I thought, you know what, I'm going to put my energy out there and quit complaining. Like I want to do something, even if it doesn't come to pass, because, you know, I don't always trust the voter registration and the way things are ran that way. But so I ran for Congress, District 3, and I didn't come in last. I beat out 3 people. Danik Tarkanian, you know, Trump wanted him to run, so he won the primaries, but I think I came in 4th. So not too bad for like not spending any money. My husband and I, we just made a bunch of signs and he put them all out there, and we got a lot of votes.
No, I really I think that story is actually more pertinent now to get out to the community, because like even if you're running for local dog catcher or a drain commissioner, getting school boards,
school board, yes,
yeah.
right now. So
that's I believe we're doing this. First of all, we're not taking the bait into violence. Right. Second of all, we're gonna be in a place we're gonna be putting ourselves in places of leadership for when the shit does hit the fan. We'll be able to lead our nation out of it, which is actually a beautiful way to think about it. Once I started thinking about it that way, it just made a lot more sense to me what's going on.
I agree %. You know, I think
now, your congressional run, you ran. One of your big topics was your pro Second Amendment, big time, absolutely. Correct?
Oh yes.
All right, course. And this is something I haven't got to ask anybody yet, but could you tell me? I mean, I guess what some of your favorite firearms are.
Oh, I have several. So I have 2 concealed carry licenses, one in Nevada, and then I also have one in Florida. And between the 2 states, you're covered like about 40 states. I think it's 36 to 40 states. And the nice thing about Florida is your concealed carry is good for 7 years, whereas Nevada it's 5 years. So for women, I carry a little 380. It's a 6-hour. And for here's a little tip for women. Guns are like a pair of shoes. If they're uncomfortable, you're not going to use them. You're not going to wear them. So you want to fire something before you buy something. So I highly suggest it's expensive, but there's no kick. It's not scary. It has a safety. It's a little 380 6-hour, and they can do the research on that. I also love AR-15s because, you know, people, you know, the political people try to say they're so scary, and they're not. There's a child can shoot it because there's hardly any ricochet or kick to it. Shotguns, I do not do. I own 2 shotguns. I do not shoot them. My husband shoots them. There's too much. You'll fall on your butt, and I don't recommend that. You don't need that. I mean, that's just. I have a Glock and an HK 9mm. I have another crappy 9mm. It was my first gun. Oh, the Mini 14 is great because it's all wood. It shoots the same ammunition as AR-15, but it doesn't look scary at all. It's a bolt action. That's a nice one. And I'm trying to think what else we got. So we've kind of collected a lot of hardware from the gun shows out here. The nice thing about Nevada, you know, everybody says, oh, Nevada's a blue state, but even the libtards out here like their guns. So,
all right.
yeah, it's
all right. So here we go. Another random question.
okay.
Are you, is there someone around you right now that could hold your camera for you?
Yeah. Why?
Because I always like to ask my viewers to stand up and do something, and I know a little bit about your history. So could you stand up and give us a couple bodybuilding poses for us?
Honey, can you hold this for me?
Sweet. And also, it gives us a shot of the beautiful background too. Like it's
yeah.
I need to do this.
We've got these bugs that hatched. I've never seen anything like it. They call them Mormon crickets.
You can show us those too. I'll take a look at a bug.
They are ugly and scary. They're harmless, but they scare the crap out of me. They're like 3 inches long. Okay. We'll do it over here.
Thank you, cameraman, by the way.
All right, here's
No problem.
Stephanie Jones,
can
former bodybuilder.
Was a bikini competitor, but yeah.
Look at, see, now I was talking about guns, and now we're seeing a whole different type of guns now. Thank you.
Good?
Thank you so much. That was epic. Thanks for, I always like to have a little bit of fun with the interviews, and like I said, I go into these unprepared, so I didn't tell you I was going to do that, but
no, you didn't. Naughty boy.
All right. So Stephanie, I'm going to wrap up the interview. I hit my time limit here for the interview. I actually could talk to you probably for hours. I deeply respect you. If it wasn't for coming across you.
Your audience needs to know that we're birthday twins.
Yes, we both have a birthday coming up on July 17th.
On your Margapalooza.
Yes, definitely. That's a birthday present I gave to myself. I ain't gonna lie.
I would love to go. I can't make it out there, but one of these days we'll meet up. That'll be great.
I have big plans coming that I haven't announced in the future, and I think you're gonna get a kick out of that when I do announce them. But thank you for taking time out of your evening, your beautiful evening, and coming on to do this interview. If you want to let the viewers know where they can find you on different social media.
Sure. I do have a YouTube account. Only half my videos have been deleted. It's BodyBySteph, Health Engineer. Bitchute is Jonesin, Jonesin for Truth. JONESIN 4 Truth, and I'm on Gab. I'm still on Facebook. It's BodyBySteph Fitness Coach.
All right.
And I'll send you the links.
And when you do, I'll put them in the description box of this video after it gets after it's live and gets uploaded. I'll edit the description box so all the viewers can find where you're at. And
perfect.
Yes, everyone, they say thank you for doing a little Megapalooza promo for us. The chat does say that. So,
awesome.
So I guess they're asking to give a little promo. So you want to say something like, come on down to Kentucky Lake July 18th for a boat parade?
Sure. Come on down to Kentucky Lake July 18th for Enoch's birthday party.
Thank you. I'm going to go ahead and finish. You're going to still be on the Zoom meeting, so, you know, you'll have a hot mic. But I'm going to go ahead and do the outro, and then I'll end the meeting. So thank you for coming on, and tell the viewers goodbye.
Bye, guys. Cheers.
All right. I'd like to thank everybody that tuned in for episode 7 of An Interview with Someone You Don't Know. Tonight's guest was Stephanie Jones. And again, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing today if I never came across her, so I'm very glad to have her onto the show and share her with you guys. Until next time, you guys have I hope you guys will have a great, great evening.
There once was a man so great was he. The name of the man was DJ T. The winds blow up his hair, stay down, or blow you silly gas blow. Sunday when the beggar men come to return liberty and freedom. Before the votes had hit the screen, the anchors were all on a team of the taking heads that green and green as if we wouldn't know. Sunday when the mega men come to return liberty and freedom. When we unite as one, we make our country whole. The polls were sharp, no wind decree. The swamp bitters had too much greed, and the company stopped for what they needed. The counted overload. Sunday when the mega men come to return liberty and freedom. When we unite as one, we make our country whole. Da 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 da. For 45 and greater more, the judgments like then hit the floor. Some fought for lost, some got it more, but this was not a joke. Sunday when the mega men come to return liberty and freedom. When we unite as one, we make our country whole. As what is offered, the fight's still on. The land's been drawn, but the swamp's not gone. The mega man raised his voice on high to encourage the people, you and I. Sunday when the mega men come to return liberty and freedom. When we unite as one, we make our country whole. Someday when the mega men come to return liberty and freedom. When we unite as one, we'll make our country whole.